Oh my goodness, there is so much to unpack here. My friends, if we were to climb the mountaintop, traverse to the top of Mount Blokees, you would find my man sitting here, and that is the Action Edition Soundwave, and we're going to discuss all of this today. So as far as previous releases of Soundwave, we have this cute Defender version, and he is absolutely adorable, and I think this is actually available in DV03, which is their newest class of Defender. Next, we had One Step Up in the Galaxy version, and here we have Shimmery Soundwave, absolutely beautiful. And what's really cool, and I'm going to show you in a second, is that he is compatible to some degree with Rumble over there. Yes, Rumble. That's what they call him. I didn't call him that. Rumble is blue. And of course, at the very, very top, the Zenith, we have my man over here, Action Edition Soundwave. I feel like that moniker of category is so appropriate considering these are like action masterpieces. Wow, action masterpieces. Whoa, that's kind of cool. You guys know Action Masters from back in the day, from the 80s? They were the line of non-transforming Transformers. Well, this just takes it to another level. I mean, we've seen previous versions before. There's an Optimus and a Megatron, and Megatron is absolutely gorgeous. He looks so beautiful, and we'll go over him in another video. Yeah, but I mean, just look at all of that. He has a lot of great gimmicks. Soundwave has some similar ones as well. Like they got these opening vents on the side of the leg. Yo, that's pretty wild. I've never seen anything like that in another Megatron release. But you're going to see that Soundwave has his own take on it. They have magnet-activated light-up gimmicks, but Soundwave has something extra. Actually, I can show you that right now. So one, he has a little tape inside, by the way, non-transforming tape, but you have this Decepticon symbol, right? And the Decepticon symbol has a magnet inside. And so initially, when you tap it once, he's going to have the light up eye gimmick. And that's very, very cool. And Megatron has the same. But the second one, because he's a sound guy, yo, he has sound baked in. I don't know what he said at the beginning, but he said something, and then Decepticon Master, I'm yours to command. I'm assuming he's talking to me, so very cool. Let's see what he says next. This is Operation Destruction, and I missed kind of like the last part. Rumble, Laserbeak, Ravage, eject, eject, eject. I heard that, and did you see the eyes flashing? That's so neat. And then, of course, you can turn that off as well. Again, there's just so much packed in here. And dude, check out this thing. You press this down and it'll open this up, and you have a Laserbeak inside fully transformed. That does not transform, but it pops out. And then you can even see the details inside the chest. You know, they spared no expense in terms of going over that beautiful detail. And I'm just absolutely loving it. Then you close that up and this will pop right back up. There's no spring mechanism, but it just pushes up. And so that's pretty nice. Speaking of tapes, let me actually show you some of the tapes. And we'll go over Soundwave in greater detail because there's a lot more to unpack. What's really interesting is that, yo, he doesn't come with the G1 cassettes. He comes with like the Cybertronian versions. Yeah, this is like Laserbeak pre-Earth, you know what I mean? And this is the version that comes packed with him because the original standard Laserbeak, excuse me, it's kind of blurry. Yeah, is the one that comes packaged with Megatron. I mean, still, they are compatible with one another. And so that's pretty cool, having both versions, Cybertronian and Earth. Ravage absolutely looks delicious. Wow. He looks so nice. I love the fact that the legs splay out to the side like that. He's so streamlined. You know what it reminds me of? Back in the day, I think like over 20 years ago, there was a USB Ravage converter, and this kind of reminds me of that, the way this part looks, because that's what housed the USB. Again, doesn't transform, but has great articulation. Waist bend, you know, there's a ball joint over here, a ball joint on the face, opening, closing mouth, and then the little red bit inside colors the eyes, and so, no, that's pretty nice. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the focus properly. And it's not doing a good job. But anyway, no, he's good. He's good. Silver metallic legs. Same thing for the little boosters over here. Nice tail, and overall just captures that little cat contour very, very well. And my favorite, Rumble. Yes, Rumble is blue. Rumble is blue. Frenzy is red. He is very much... he's kind of like a Defender class, but he's also like a Galaxy version class. Like the heads are not going to be interchangeable. He's like way too big, and you see he has standard proportions versus kind of chibi-fied. You know, I mean, it's not a perfect chibi, but you know what I mean, the proportions wise. What is cool though is like, check this out. You can't swap the waists. The waists are on different connectors. He is on the solid cylinder. and Rumble is not. But you can pop the legs off. You can't pop the knees off. The knees operate differently. Rumble has a ball peg, and he has a hinge mechanism. But you can do this, though. And it almost looks like a kid trying on his dad's pants, you know? That's pretty rad, man. I think that look is pretty cool. And so you can do some mixing and matching between the lines. I haven't done a full exploration on what is and isn't compatible, but I do know that what I'm showing you right now is. And that's rather cool, man. That's kind of like a beefed up version of Rumble wearing the dad pants. And speaking of compatibility, bruh. So we got Ratbat over here, right? Looks so good. He looks big. And because he doesn't have to turn into a cassette, yeah, I don't know, something about him. Like, I feel like he has better presence just overall. And so this is his backpack over here. What you can do is you can pop the backpack off, and they are just on 2 posts. You can pop the little blasters off of Rumble. Fine, I'll call him Frenzy for some of you folks. For Frenzy. Just kidding. It's Rumble. Then you can pop this on. Get the cup out of here. That is so cool. The fact that they can unite. This is what I've always wanted, actually. I was like, why can't Soundwave's minions combine? If Ravage could combine with the Laserbeak, it would be some type of like Griffin or Sphinx. That'd be awesome, man. That's like play patterns, like unexplored terrain that Hasbro could really just kind of take advantage of if they bake this into the lore, because this is absolutely phenomenal. He also has some additional things like Rumble is great. Rumble is absolutely great. This is kind of akin to the Masterpiece line from back in the day, where you can slip in the pile drivers and fold these up, and he got the like Operation Tidal Wave. That's my Soundwave impression. But yeah, you just pop this in and fold these up, and you're good, baby. So much play pattern in this guy, right? And if this didn't tickle your fancy, that's a funny expression, by the way. Tickle your fancy. You can pop the fists out. Oh, it's kind of tough. And you can pop in these. Yeah, so he got this crazy drill Gurren Lagann style. Bro, that's so neat, and these are actually quite sharp. So just be kind of mindful when you're swapping them in. But yeah, man, there's so much goodness baked in. You know what? I'm actually wondering if, oops, the leg popped off. I'm wondering if the fist, it looks like it would be compatible with the Defender version. Let me actually try. Because the ports appear to be the same. We'll find out in a second, Gretchen. Oh, they are. They are. And he has a tiny little fist. Actually, it's not that bad. It's not that tiny compared to... Just a little bit, though. But if you wanted it all blue, you can kind of do that with the Soundwave. And so, yeah, there is some mix and match between the Defender and the Galaxy version line. And, yeah, Rumble is just very, very, very pleasing. Laserbeak is really interesting. And so he has these legs over here. But the wings basically just move in and out, which is kind of interesting. And they do this, but it doesn't, like, flip up like this one does. And I don't know if that's some type of like distinction they wanted to make between the Cybertronian version and the Earth version. But either way, you can see kind of like the differences. But where they are similar is this part. So the legs are right here, right? If you pop these off, he has a, where is it? A replaceable set of legs that allows him to roost properly. And so we can grab Soundwave over here, and we can orient this arm. And there is so much articulation like baked in. Like this moves independently of the arm. And so you can kind of put this up here, and you can kind of get him there, and you can plug him into the arm. And if you don't like the hole being on the arm, there is a shell that you can replace. And so it gets rid of that port in the event that you're posing him without the bird. And then so he's like, Laserbeak, what did Starscream say about me? Is he talking that ish? So that's kind of cool, right? Allows him to roost. Megatron actually has the same thing. And I've kind of removed them from both sides, but you can see how Megatron's looks. And then it is essential, of course, for the fusion cannon over there. But there's a little bit of a mess over here right now in front of me. Let me kind of clean this up, and we can talk about Soundwave a little bit more. Man, I really like that rumble a lot. I can't stop thinking about him. It's so good. And I'm just so eager to explore the different play patterns. This thing, again, it is a action masterpiece. Action Master at a masterpiece scale. It's so beautiful. And in the rest of the video, I'm going to show you how he assembles so you can appreciate kind of the skeleton that he has inside and what the engineers have done to kind of bring this guy to you in this manner. But, oh, you know what? This is a good way to show you. This over here, you can see all the bits inside. There is a ab crunch joint over here. It's actually on a double hinge. You see that? So in the event that you needed to do like a deep ab crunch, that is available. And then this bit over here, this just kind of sits on top of this. It has two little ball sockets that you can use to plug in like so. And it has this wibble wobble on the waist. And then the back piece over here is form fitted. It's carved out to fit into this cavity over here. Let me just kind of get it right. Give me 1 second. Let me do it off camera. Okay, cool. I have it fully seated now. And you can see that he has that ab crunch back over here. And this doesn't ruin the sculpt that much. And then you can kind of push it back as well. And then you can see that belly there. And that's just really nice. Really, really nice. The waist flaps, these move independently. They are on 3. Actually, it's more than 3 pieces. Once, I mean, I'll show you in the build process. But yeah, this all opens up so that you get full range of articulation. And one of the really cool things is, dude, I love sliding joints. And what I mean by that is, look at this. You fold this back and you get into the double knee bend. Yo, get the cup out of here, dude. It feels organic. You know what I mean? It feels alive. And yeah, the skeleton inside provides so much flexibility and mobility. And the fact that there is this sliding joint, I forget where I've seen this. I've seen this on other bots, just a few. But I love that implementation. Again, just feels organic and alive. This bit over here, dude, this is wild. How Megatron kind of had those vents on the side of his leg. He has speakers. Yo, so cool. So cool. I think it would have been nice if there was a little bit more detail on this, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, whatever. I'm not complaining. And over here, you can see they didn't cheap out. There's all this great detail inside there as well. And these are on little sliders. The sliders are a bit difficult to get in there when you build it firsthand, and you'll see it later, but it's not that tricky. And the foot's made of a side-to-side and a front-to-front and even a toe tilt. And so there's a lot going on over here. And even the bottom of the foot, there's so much detail. And this will plug into your standard Blokees stand. And yeah, really, really great range of motion on all of this. The other side, pretty much the same thing. You can pop this open on the slider and kind of pull that out. And then you can see he has speaker mode. Very cool, right? Additional details. You know, homie doesn't transform, but he still has the little bits. They actually move up and down, dude. I was like, okay, you didn't need to do that, but I can appreciate that. And this like still rolls and stuff, so it gives you this fake illusion, so to speak. Maybe fake illusion is redundant, but it gives you this illusion that homeboy does transform. And my goodness, dude, the articulation. You see the butterfly. You see this freely, independently moving shoulder. Oh, you know what? I'll do that. You'll see it when we build it, but there is a channel, a slider that allows us to move independently of the arm. And then there is a bicep twist. This cuff is independent of the skeleton on the inside. And then, of course, he has that deep bend. And you could do more of it if the armor wasn't here. But yeah, no, it's really, really well done. I was going to say, he is compatible with the other accessories. Like, this is from Megatron. Megatron comes with the mace, which I think is really great. It doesn't have a loose chain. It's fixed. And so you could pop that in so he could, you know, be Megatron for a day. But the hands, you know, this is a trip. So the way the hands are assembled is the fingers, you don't have to assemble them. They've been pre-assembled for you, actually. And look at the way they break up on the digits. Each of the digits are independent. Yeah, you know what I was about to say. Cup's like, dude, what did I do, dude? Why do I always need to get out of there? But yeah, get the cup out of here, man. And the fingers, while they do look the same, they are not. They are independently length and separate. And so follow the instructions so that you get the right contour and length of each finger into the right socket into the palm. So that's really well done. And then the blasters and anything else that he's going to hold in his hand will equip into that tab that you see. Yeah, and then when you're folding up the fingers, just give it some help. Just, you know, put your nail against the digit that you want to bend and help it bend, versus just trying to like He-Man it. Like, yeah, there you go. Yeah, just be, I mean, it can take a lot of stress, but at the same time, if you don't need to stress your toy, why would you do that? You know, same thing in real life. If I don't need to stress people, why would I do that, dude? Just to troll them? Just to make them upset? No, why would I do that? Beautiful elbow bit over, or a shoulder bit. And you can, this is 5mm, and so you can get like Magnius, some of the new, Wild King figures, and you can just pop them in here. And so again, there's a lot of like unexplored play potential and things that even haven't been discussed and brought into the ethos with regard to this play pattern, that's just kind of out there waiting to be explored. Yeah. The weapons and stuff, they actually, these are the things that do transform. So this spins around and this will slide up. It's a little bit tight and it will compress in there. That's nuts, right? I don't know how many Soundwaves do that. And I mean, granted, like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't think I've seen it on their weapons. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Oops. And this bit as well. And this bit as well. The way it'll transform is this will retract, this will close up, and then this entire thing will close. And here, there is a little post that you can flip out. The connection back over here is a bit tight, and so just be mindful. But you can slip that in there, and so in the event that you just wanted rocket boosters or you just wanted to have them hidden, you can have that. And that's a really, really nice looking bot. He looks so good with Megatron together. So far, the only ones that have been released at this scale are Soundwave and Megatron. I'm hoping they do Starscream. I'm hoping they do all of them, actually. And so, yeah, the rest of the video is going to be me showing you how to build this and also just the wonderful parts that are actually inside this, because we've just been exploring the external aspects of this, you know? And so let me kind of show you what's all on the inside, and then, yeah, that'll be the video, okay? So hang tight and please watch the remainder. I appreciate your generous donation of time. I'm not going anywhere, but yeah, hang tight and watch the rest of the vid. Thanks. All right, we're starting the build process with the head, and how can you not love this? Look at this. He even has a mask underneath his normal like mouth guard, the mouthpiece. He almost looks like Snake Eyes. Dude, I'm like tripping over my words because of how cool this is. And he even has little ball joints on his ears for his little earpieces. I've never seen a Soundwave that commanded so much attention in the face and the head. And now we have this visor piece. I'm going to slide that through, hopefully on camera, and it works out. Yeah, there we go. Now he totally looks like Snake Eyes. Wow, wow. Let's put on the rest of the helmet and see what he looks like. All right, look at that, man. That looks so sick. That looks way sick. He looks like some type of G.I. Joe Cobra character. And now we're going to get the face mask, and we're going to put that on because he practices social distancing. Whoa, so good, so good. Soundwave. Blah, 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 blah. And now we're going to add the neck. And the neck is really interesting because there is a ball joint right here, but the ball joint threads through the neck piece. And so you're going to push that up. And then once you have that, you're going to attach that to the head so that the neck actually moves independently of the face and then the base of the collar and bust. And there you go. I'm having some difficulty getting it straight, but I'll figure it out in post. But man, that's a good looking noggin. Okay, before I assemble the soul block, which is the core of the Blokees, and these Action Masters, they all have gimmicks. Soundwave also has more than just a light up gimmick. He also has a sound voice box because he's Soundwave, and so let's see what happens. It's activated by this magnet inside this Decepticon symbol. So the first one turned on the light. I don't want to blind you, so I'm not going to direct it directly at the camera. I don't know what he said at the beginning, but it said something about a Decepticon master. I'm yours to command. It says Operation Destruction, something assemble. I couldn't quite catch that. Whoa, he says Rumble, Laserbeak, Ravage, Eject, Eject, Eject. And the guy that's included with this is the small blue guy. So Rumble is blue. All right, and now you can see the joints coming together. You can see that there's a, I suppose that this is a butterfly. And then this is your typical up and down, and there are some slight knuckle ratchets on there for friction. And this looks like it's some type of like ab crunch and stuff. So maybe this is the front, and it operates like that. But anyway, let's keep going. Alrighty, here's the completed chest, and wow, so many different layers. So many layers in the front, also in the back. These little silver bits, these are all individual pieces. These yellow parts are all individual pieces. It does have an opening gimmick. Just opens it like that. And you can see the little spokes in there for the cassette. You guys know what cassettes are? And then we pop that back, and you can see the waist joint, the articulation, what is it called? The ab crunch. And so now we're going to pop the head in. I know you can assemble it later, but that looks good, man. And you know what? Let's try out the little gimmick to see if the eyes light up. Ooh, so good. So good. Oh my gosh. Dude, the eyes, they flash alongside like... That is pretty neat. And then you can just turn it off like that. Wow. Wow. What a sweet looking piece, dude. Wow. All right, now let's keep on building. All right, now we're going to assemble the waist, and these are 3 independent parts. This is also 3 independent parts that I put together. Independent part, And now we're just going to plug that in. Sorry, I just like the way that sound, independent parts. And we're going to plug that in. And then we've also done that for the front as well. And these white bits, there are also what? Independent part. And we're just going to plug that in. Awesome. Awesome. Look at that. Look at the wobble on this, dude. Allowing for so much freedom and articulation in the legs. That is just so very nice. And there is one final piece, and that is this. I just got to make sure that I orient it properly, and I think it's just like that. Yeah. And then these grooves over here, why they are important? Because they're going to fit with that right there. And now let's put that together. Snapola. That looks so good. Come on, y'all. That looks great, doesn't it? Wow. Wow, he's coming together. He's coming together. Bro, I feel like Unicron or Primus over here building robots and bringing them to life. What a fun experience. Let's keep going. Okay, we're going to assemble the shoulder. Man, why was that so loud? We're going to assemble the shoulder together. And I just want to show you that, see that little post over there? There is like a channel in which this will move around. And so you kind of set that there. And then you get the adjacent side. And then you just push that together. And then you get side to side. And then you can also slide this bit in and out as necessary, providing additional range of motion for this shoulder pauldron. Okay, we assembled this forearm, and it has a double jointed elbow, as you can see. It's pretty cool how all the little bits inside come together. And then the forearm sandwiches this little wrist connector over here. And on the back, we're going to add this cuff. Do be mindful in that these are specific to each side. While they may look like they are identical, they are not. And so just be mindful of that. And after that's in there, we're going to bring down this red cuff over the side. And also, again, this is, side specific. And so you got to get the right side in there. And I'm just double checking right now. But I believe I have it right. You just need to slide that in. There you go. And then after you've done that, you're going to layer on these additional shell bits. And they are also specific to each side, so they'll only fit one very specific way. And again, as long as you follow the instructions, you should be good, my dude. And then from here, I forgot one piece, the blue cuff. One moment. Okay, cool. Now the blue cuff, it's going to slide down on these channels, and so you got to make sure that you have it oriented correctly. And that I'm able to find and slide it in. Great, it's like that, and hey, this actually has some abrasion over here. If you find that you do have some abrasion like this, you can actually go over it with the light heat source and just go up and down, and it will get rid of it. It won't remove the stress internally, but it will remove the surface abrasion. And so you can kind of handle it that way. This forearm bit is a swappable bit. There's another piece that has a vacancy over here that will reveal that 5mm port, but otherwise, for the time being, we can just seal it closed. And that's the forearm. And then we can snap that into the shoulder. And then we can grab the hand that I pre-assembled and snap that into place. And that looks very, very nice. And now we have 2 arms. I was about to say armo in Spanish, but that is not what arms are. Piernas? I don't know. Maybe I made that up. Are those feet? I don't know, man. But yeah, now you have 2 arms. No, piernas are legs. I had to look it up. Brazos are arms. And now we can plug in the brazos. And, oh, that's a little bit tight. But nice, nice. It's like working out the joints for the first time, like a stiff arm. And then we get that in there. Ooh, that feels good. Nice, man. Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Oof, oof. I'm excited. I am super duper excited. He's looking so good. Man, let's complete the rest of him. So really quick, I want to show you how the foot's assembled. It's so cool. I mean, so this is the outer foot and this is the front of the toe. And over here, you can see that there are several joints. One that allows the foot to pivot like that, and another joint that allows it to go back and forth. And so it's just so involved, just like everything in this kit. And yeah, man, I'm just so impressed by the build quality. I mean, I had a good time building the Megatron, and it was very like similar to this, but I can tell that they've added some additional elements. And so I just love the fact that one of the things about Blokees that I've noticed is like they're not content to rest on their laurels. They're just going to keep improving and just keep progressing their brand. And so kudos to them. And so after you do that, you're going to get this, and you're just going to lower it all on top of that. And it's going to tab in, plug in very snugly. And there we have depot. Okay, so that segment that we just made a second ago, this is the thigh right over here. And I've built the rest of the calf, and you can see this kind of like skeleton on the inside. That is just so neat, right? It makes me think of like T-1000 or something like that from the Terminator series. And this is really, really layered inside. Like you can't see it as well, but yeah, inside here, there's another skeletal piece, and that's just so impressive. And you can see that there's these kind of button joints over here. They look like they're posts, but at the top, they're slightly enlarged. And so that when you push these things in, they'll kind of like snap into place and hold the position. And same thing from the other side. Ever so slightly they're raised, or maybe they're not on this one. I could be thinking of a different joint. But yeah, we're just going to push that all in there. And then finally on the last side, we have this bit. And this goes on the back. And this over here is going to be something special. And I will showcase that directly after this. But yeah, just orient everything properly and just follow the directions. And you will not get lost. I was about to get lost right now. But here we go. Neat, right? And I really, really like the stark white versus the silver. Something about it just makes it look so clean. Icy white in the way it stands out. But yeah, let's keep building. Now, you can see that I've finished kind of layering the blue on top of the black and the white, and that looks really great. And I added the red and yellow accents. This door is the last thing that you're kind of adding, and it's a little tricky to get in here. There's these kind of like prongs that you got to press in a little bit. But once you get in there, it will allow you to close this up. And now you can have this kind of opening gimmick where he has his like speakers here, and that is present on both sides of the legs. And sorry for that squeak if you heard that. And so it just kind of pops out like that. And that's very, very neat. All right, so at this point, we can actually just assemble our guy for his accessories and stuff like that and his minions. I will assemble them off camera separately. And but we can at least see our guy. There we go. Nice and tight, nice and tight. And this over here, you can see it kind of goes up and down. There's like this channel allowing it to move. And again, just that versatility in range of motion and posability is just so great. Cool, and I think that's in there. Oh, no, it's not. There we go, there we go. I believe both are in there pretty securely. And if they're not, then they'll show me. But here we go, dude. That is Soundwave. Let me kind of clean this all up and so that we could take a look at him a little bit better. All right, here he is fully assembled, and I'm sorry I didn't show you the assembly for the minions, but trust me, it's not that difficult. I mean, really, the crux of everything was seeing this guy, seeing how he's built, and having seen that, you know, it just kind of fills me with deep appreciation and respect for all the different individuals who have worked on this, from the manufacturer to the artists, the marketers, just everyone at Blokees. You know, it's such a cool brand because I just feel seen, heard, and respected as a toy collector and enthusiast. You know, if we kind of put it into like food terms, like the food that they're making has been like thoroughly taste tested so that it is very, very, very appealing to your palate, and you don't feel ripped off by the money and time that you put into kind of getting this into this particular form. And everything is just so admirable and so just very, very beautiful aesthetically. And I know some people don't like non-transforming Transformers, and I get it. You know, you can like what you want and don't like what you don't like. But, you know, for those of you who, you know, tolerate and are okay with this, like, trust me when I say that these guys, like this Action Master, these things, like, this might be the pinnacle. This might be the pinnacle of plastic model building experience when it comes to a Transformers fan, because it's just really fun, man. I had a lot of fun building this. I had a lot of fun reviewing this, and I'm just so pleased. My belly is full, so to speak, just kind of carrying that metaphor forward, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, friends. I hope we get more of these guys. I hope we get a Starscream. I hope we get, like, all of them. But yeah, thanks for watching. And again, I dropped that note earlier that I'm gone until the end of the month. This will probably drop around the 15th. That is the embargo date. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all another time, okay? Thanks for watching, friends. Bye.